The eyes of the world lay upon you. Your enemies will not stand down. They're equally equipped, skilled, and fearless. But rest assured, we will stop at nothing until we achieve full victory. Our valiant effort will win the day. In their souls and a fire in their hearts, united as one through tremendous valor. They are courageous. They are strong. They are valiant.
Hello. How's it going, everyone? Thank you for joining us on our weekly developer stream. My name's Tankz0rz, and we have Mr. Bam. How you doing?
Here again. Apologies all for the, yes, we had a lot of technical difficulties. Sinister, I wish I could say it was my cat, but we were really trying hard to fix Tankz0rz camera to get him on here and joining me. So once again, you guys are stuck looking at just my mug on scene here. But hey, you got a nice fancy garage in the background, so there's something a little bit more shiny to look at, a little fresher.
People in chat are saying Tankz0rz said things without moving his lips. No, that's Bam. I'm camera. I'm just the voice behind the scenes here today. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us here, and let's go ahead and kick things off, Mr. Bam.
Yeah. So as you all saw, oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, let's talk about things this week.
Yeah, welcome officially to the Valiant season. I hope you guys really enjoyed that trailer. Still a really awesome demonstration and presentation of us going into this new season. Lots of awesome content, a lot of things, quality of life improvements, and things that we wanted to deliver to you, the players, that you guys have been asking for a very long time, including, of course, that shiny old garage, because it's a returning asset, but we know it was very important. And well, anyway, we'll break down some of the details on that like we did last week. But first, let's kind of cover some of the season pass offerings. So real quick, this season is going back to the regular 8-week format. For those wondering why, well, last season, the Allegiance was a 10-week because, well, we had our winter break during that course. So a lot of development downtime happens during the winter holidays and people going on PTO and on vacations. So we increased that time for that purpose. But now, Valiant season, we are in fact back to the 8-week timeline. So for those of you curious of what are the season pass offerings and waiting to see which ones you want to buy into and what are the rewards, as you've probably already seen in the trailer itself, or maybe even some of our Portico articles have outlined them as well. Let's start off with the free season pass. You guys can get yourselves the Denton Rogers. This is a 2D standard commander and also comes with a bonus skill unlocked. And then as well as the Tier 8 British Heavy, the Carnarvon Action X tank will also be available, again, in the free season pass. In the 2,000 gold standard season pass, you can receive the new Valiant Tier 5 British medium tank here in time for the Valiant season. Very appropriate. Up next, we have a new 3D commander, George Hughes. There he is on screen for you all. And then up next, the 59 Patton, a Tier 8 Chinese medium tank. And lastly, very excited to bring this to attention again, the Thumper Era 3 Western Alliance Tank Destroyer, a Cold War Era 3 tank available in the Season Pass. Again, this is part of the 2,000 gold Season Pass, and I know a lot of players were waiting and hearing for more Cold War content, so here you have it. And lastly, let's not forget about our Ultimate Season Pass for the 6,000 gold. Starting with our new 3D Premium Commander, George Sandman Harding. Here he is on screen.
Ah, yes, those socks. I love them.
Those socks. If there's anything we're going to remember George here for, it is those socks.
I think they look pretty neat.
And lastly, as part of the Ultimate Season Pass, you can also earn yourselves the Centurion Mark V Aver Tier 10 British medium tank. And there you have it. Before we move on for some more updates and content, I think it is time we do a giveaway on the subject of the Season Pass. Let's do a drawing for a one lucky winner for their chance to get an Ultimate Season Pass.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and start that up for everyone here. If you'd like to enter to our giveaway here, go ahead and click on this link, and you'll be entered for all of our giveaways today.
Okay. So we just launched the Valiant season this past Tuesday, and we love seeing all the feedback that are coming from you guys, but it should be noted that with any update that we push into the game, it's bound to happen that some bugs also kind of come along with it. We will be providing a full status update in all of them in our recap notes after the stream, but here are just a few now to cover because we know these are kind of the bigger questionable things that are on players' minds and impacting their gameplay. So first off, the sniper cam issues on various vehicles that are creating kind of a visual obstruction as like the barrel model geometry is kind of blocking your view. We understand that this is a very important issue and is something that we jumped on really quick to get a fix out as soon as possible. Unfortunately, because this is an engineering side code fix, this will require a new build, and we have to run that through our certification process. But that being said, we are already going through the testing and getting this ready for deployment on this upcoming Tuesday. Up next, we are also made aware of the flag that can be enlarged in various screens sometimes. This also has a fix submitted, and you can look forward to seeing that addressed by this Tuesday as well. And then lastly, the update for the Battle of the Kasserine Pass reward issue. We will address that a little bit later in our update notes below. But those are the top three things that you guys can look forward to soon. Well, as a matter of fact, the Battle of Kasserine Pass, to my knowledge, was already fixed in the live environment. Okay. Let's go over some of our other update features. As you can see right here behind me, and if you guys already logged in, you have been welcomed back to the old warehouse hangar garage. I hope you guys were welcomed this one back and are very happy to see it. We did also restore the orbit camera to allow you to actually rotate around your tank, as well as 3 different zoom levels to get a very up close look at your tank, or zoom out as far as you want. Well, as far as the camera will allow, to get a better look at your garage, better look at your tank within the garage, and your 3D commanders. HUD improvements. First off, this was a long-going process of making a lot of improvements to the in-game battle HUD. We understand a lot of players had some concerns with clutter and elements that we put on the screen, and one of the items that we wanted to tackle was the target tracker box that would appear when you're aiming at either an ally or at an enemy, and we showcase their information and a little bit of what we call a tank doll in that schematic, showcasing the gamer tag, the tank type, tank name, of course, tier, as well as their health and any sort of damage modules. To get some more HUD real estate space back onto the screen for everybody and running this through our super testers, we came to the conclusion that this was a good decision to remove that target tracker box, get yourself some more screen space back again, and we relegated all that information that used to be in the target tracker box available closer to around your reticle at the center of the screen. And then the next one we have here is colorized elements in the HUD. So anytime you're firing and damaging enemies, you'll now see this in a yellow color value appearing off the enemy. That is everything related to yourself. Anything that your team is contributing to will now be on all green, and enemy colors will now be in red. Now, mind you, I said yellow, green, red. We also apply this based on whatever team color settings that you have set, so they will be accurately reflected, whatever colorblind settings that you may, I shouldn't say colorblind, but color accessibility settings that you decide to set for yourselves. RD 2.0, an always ongoing effort for us to better improve the gameplay experience, both for non-artillery players and, of course, our artillery players. We are trying to fine-tune and find that balance. So for the Valiant season, we've included a update for the Matchmaker to do its best to help limit the number of artillery potentially to end up on any given team. We've adjusted it for between battle tiers 3 and 4 and 5 and 11. Say if you are in those lower tiers, if there are less than 45 players in queue, we can guarantee there should not be more than 1 RD per team. Now, if there happens to be 45 or more players in queue, this is when we have to really try to try to push the players through. So we're not keeping people waiting too long and people aren't going into more bot matches. So that is, in those circumstances, you might end up seeing upwards of 3 RD per team. But we still minimize the percentile very small to do our best to make sure it's minimized. For battle levels, battle tiers 5 through 10, if there are less than 100 in queue, you can see upwards of 2 RD per team, but any more than 100, again, we got to force people through the line, and then you can see upwards of 3 per team. And this, of course, as all of the RD 2.0 updates and monitoring that we've been doing, we will continue to watch this over time, adapt any changes that we find that might be problematic, and just kind of watch the health of the Matchmaker if it needs any sort of changes. And we will try to keep our transparency and be clear with you guys on any upcoming changes as per usual. Okay, and that's some of the changes that came out just earlier this week. The resolutions season, or this year-long multi-season project, I should state, as you probably saw a light mention of it in the trailer. Starting with the Valiant season, this will give you a chance to get even more from every season you conquer while this event is live. Each season you complete, you will get 20% off of the Calliope T54 tank launching later this year. On top of that, each month you can also complete goals and earn yourself more rewards simply by playing and being part of the season. And for all of you stat fans out there, of course, you'll also be able to see all your seasonal stats and compare them to different seasons over the coming year. You can see if you're doing a little bit better, how did you perform last one, etc. And there you have it. Let's see, up next, also that started today, the Battle of Tankz0rz Pass, a new event where you can choose between the Tankz0rz allies or the Tankz0rz axes. For the allies, you will have the US, the UK, and France tanks available. But if you choose the axes, you will choose between the Germany and Italy tanks. You will be earning points for your team to earn yourself a new tank. If you decide to go with the allies, you will have the choice of selecting the T-25 Pilot, or the Samua SM, or the Centurion Mark 51 RAAC. If you decide to go with the axes, you can earn yourself the choice between the M48A2 Rampanzer or the Basante C45. As mentioned earlier, when we were talking about some of the issues that we uncovered and known when we went live with the Valiant season, we have fixed the earlier issue regarding the Basante and the Samua tanks displaying in the wrong team sections. So, as some of you may have already selected the wrong team based on that information seen in the game support, we will be able to assist you once you have completed the operation. To do this claim, To do this, claim any tank from that nation and do not play a battle in that tank. Contact player support and we will offer you the opportunity to claim the Samoa if you selected Team Axie, or Basante C45 if you have selected Team Allies. So doing our best to kind of alleviate that, and apologies for the miscommunication there. And again, that Battle of Kasserine Pass event starts today. And then we also have the new, the returning contract of the Ramrod. So if those of you were looking forward to that, it is now back in the contracts tab. So get your chance to work your way up and grind for that tank if that's something you need to add to your collection. The key cards and the loot tables for said key cards have been refreshed as part of the Valiant season. And then also starting today, we have some new premium time sales. So you can look forward to that in our store. And that is a quick wrap on everything that we released this past Tuesday and with the event starting today. And that being the case, Tankz0rz, do we have a winner yet for this Ultimate Season Pass?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look at who is our lucky winner here for the Ultimate Season Pass. And our winner is NipKD66. Congratulations, NipKD66.
Congratulations. Our first winner of the stream. Our first winner of the Valiant season.
Absolutely.
All right, then. Let's move on to next week updates. Who remembers in December, we ran the Holiday Ops, where you as a community got to pick teams and work together between Team Arnold and Team Mila. You had a chance to unlock those commanders, right? But collectively, both teams, we asked you, the players, to work together. And once both teams have made their completions, we promised and we delivered the early release of Airfield Map into random battle rotation. We are bringing back another community-driven challenge called the Road to Swamp. If the Swamp Map was something you guys missed, we are happy to say, as you have seen in the trailer, it is coming back to map rotation, but we need you, the players, we need your community-driven help to bring this back into rotation. Come together once more and earn points and unlock the returning map Swamp. It is as simple as collecting and earning 200. I'm sorry. Collectively, as a community, you will need to earn 20 million points. And how do you earn points, you might ask? Do what tanks do best. Simply destroying other tanks. I think you all know how to do that pretty well. So look for the article after the stream. We will have a full breakdown list of additional rewards during this community challenge starting next week. And let's bring back Swamp together. Let's see. Then we have our anniversary after party. If you guys were there with us on this past Sunday, we ran an anniversary stream hosted by T. Kane. I made a very brief appearance. And at Tankz0rz, I believe you came on a little bit after I had to sign off for the day. Mm-hmm. So thank you all for those that attended. We did some community map and some live games, answered a few community questions. But we have hit our 9-year anniversary, but we're not quite done here. We have some after-party anniversary bundles in the store coming to you. Starting with the Lumbering Giants. You can have your chance to buy yourself the Captured King Tiger, the Samoa SM, or the FV201. The Boom and Zoom bundle, which will include the AMX 1357, the Awful Panther, or the Rover 237, one of my personal favorites. The Encircling Attack bundle. This one will include the Panzer 58 Mutz, the STG Guardian, and the M46 Patton KR. We've got 2 more bundles here. The Charging Leaders, which will include the Icebreaker VK7501, the Chrysler K, and the Object 252U Defender. And then our last after-party anniversary bundle, tank bundle that is, the Punishers, including the Yahtzee WZ121 GFT, the TS5, and the Javelin Krupp-Ster Waffentrager.
I like the name of the bundle, the Boom and Zoom.
The Boom and Zoom.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other, right?
The week after that, we'll have the Zoom and Boom.
Oh my God.
In addition, we'll also have some Cold War tanks available to purchase via free XP. So if you guys are missing out on some of these tanks and are sitting on a nice bank of free XP, we have the MBT-70, the FV-4211, the Type 80, the Object 934, NM-116, Leopard 1A1, the T-72M1, T-62M1, and then the M60AX, and lastly, the Type 59D. Again, these are Cold War tanks that will be available for purchase with free XP. All right. Who out there are fans of some pinup skins? We got some more inbound.
I like those.
Are you a fan of the pinup skins?
I think they look fantastic. Every time they come out, fantastic.
And we got 3 more here.
Wait, we got 3 more?
We got 3 more. Do we have an ask? I think we have something we can show the players here, or do we?
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. Here we go. The Chloe skin for the AMX CDC, the Aurora for the Progetto M40 Mod 65, and the Ryoxi for the Type 64. So any fans of the tank skin, pinup skins, these will be coming to the store to you next week.
Nice. Excellent. Fantastic as always.
How about, on the subject of new pinup skins, let's pull for 2 lucky winners for their chance to get all 3 bundles that include the pinup skins.
I like how you think, Mr. Bam. Let's get these sweet skins out there to our fans out there. So if anyone wants to enter, go ahead and click on that. If you've already entered, you are all set.
Okay. And we got one final announcement. And this goes out to you guys in the competitive community. I also want to say, for those of you that enjoy custom games, just to start up a lobby and take a nice cruise around some maps, just checking things out or having some light battles. And a shout out to those of you that join us for a lot of our community map initiatives and play tests that we do in the custom games. We are happy to announce, also starting this Tuesday, custom games and the resupply costs will be permanently disabled. Going forward, this Tuesday, you will no longer have to incur costs for resupply of your consumables or ammo in custom games. So we've done a lot of testing and collected some data. I think since as far back as just this past October, aligning it with a lot of the competitive community tournaments, aligning it with our community map playtests, and happy to say that starting on Tuesday, we are permanently disabling the costs for custom games. All that it costs is your fun and free time. In addition, but I should note, for starting lobbies, it will still require a minimum of 2 players. That is still intact. And that is a wrap on all of our notes and content updates of this week and coming next week. I think it is time for the shoutouts segment.
Weekly shoutouts time.
Weekly shoutouts. All right. So for battle feats, and this, of course, typically we look at gamer tags and people that had amazing feats just this past week. And quite a few of them are just on day 1 of the Valiant season launch. And as always, everyone that we call out today will be receiving confidential key cards. So starting off in the Centurion Aver, we have Tivoy Pepik with a max damage in a single battle of 10,725. Up next, we have Basher 3150 with max combined damage in a single battle, 8,832. Scotch 911 with a max blocked damage in a single battle, 9,980. And our last user here in the Centurion Aver as well, the Red Eye with a max XP earned in a single battle of 2,254. Congrats to all 4 of you. Up next in the Cat TB Thumper, we have Tiger Bomb 786 with max kills in a single battle of 7. Ipsitix with max damage in a single battle of 14,688. Wow. Then we have Securite Longu 4 with a max combined damage in a single battle of 5,256. Propane Cobra. Mind you, that's not propane like the fuel. That's like pro damage. Propane Cobra with max blocked damage in a single battle of 7,645. And Kolios with the max XP earned in a single battle of 1,695. And again, all four of you achieved that in the Thumper, bringing the Thumper thunder.
I'd like to imagine that our Cobra friend here is one who sells, accessories of propane.
Propane.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of our medal showcase, we got several users here who have earned the Kolobanov's medal, including Add-on Crack 4738 and Mad Manatee in their T92 HMCs. Unknown Slayer in the T10E4. I'm sorry, that's a T1 E10 E4. J Unit 12 in their M48A5 Patton. Your boy Crouton in their M60. And lastly, Dog Z Dynamic in their Iron Arnie. And again, that's all five of you, I'm sorry, have earned the Kolobanov's medal. And then we got a few users here who earned a Pools medal this week, including Dower Chest in the T110 E4, and Frisky Dog 83 and Banditos PL in the M48A5 Patton. Congratulations to you two. And now our milestone winners. These are users who crested amazing thresholds of battles in our game. Starting off first, we have TSR Mocha and Surf Etoile 38595 for reaching 100,000 battles. Amazing, you guys. Or gals. Junior Johnson 747 and Bogged Gorgon 879 for reaching 110,000 battles. Mixika and Novel Tapestry 1 for reaching 120,000 battles. And then, wow, we actually have quite a few this week. Mm-hmm. Woodsy Rex 862931, 130,000 battles. And lastly, love this gamer tag, Eating Cheese 571 for reaching 140,000 battles. Keep on battling, sir, and keep on eating that cheese.
As always, that's a lot of battles.
It's a lot of battles. And then we started making mention of this a little bit because it is a player requested, of just kind of knowing when you guys submit any sort of player in-game report feat and any sort of like in-game reports, and knowing, does this actually get read? Is the poor sportsmanship I see from certain players, or they're trying to team kill me or something, or sending me messages. You have the option to send an in-game report, and you're probably wondering, does this get read, and is there any actions taken? So as part of our segment before we go into Q&As, we do like to just bring this to attention that, yes, we do look into these game reports. As a matter of fact, in this past week, there was 37 bans to players based on some reports, including one permanent ban. So thank you guys and for reporting players and their unsportsmanship-like attitudes. We will continue to, of course, keep up and apply bans where we deem it necessary. Okay, before we go into the Q&As, we still have some pinup skin bundles to give away. Do we have our winners selected yet, Tankz0rz?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and download these winners real quick. And let's take a look. Our winners here for our pinup skins, and that is all 3 new pinup skins, isn't it, Mr. Bam?
All 3 pinup skins, yes.
All right. Our winner here is Jericho. Congratulations, Jericho.
Jericho, nice and easy gamer tag.
And Piani 9. Congratulations, Piani.
Fantastic. Enjoy those new pinup skins. All right. Let's get into the Q&As. I know we started a little bit late today, so I think we jump right into this and see how many questions we can get through today before we have to call it a close.
Sounds great. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We have a question here from a Hyub, and they're asking, can we have indication when our teammates are spotted and their reload status?
An indication when your teammates are spotted?
Mm-hmm. So this player wants to know when their teammates are spotted. Maybe they want to see if they could help them in some way, and also what their teammates' reload statuses are.
The reload status one, personally, I think that's a good idea. We can start having a conversation and see that if that's something we can implement. Teammates being spotted. To be clear, you got 14 teammates, and I'd hate for there to be any sort of spam or extra HUD elements on the screen to showcase any time you see a teammate get spotted. I think something like that can be kind of distracting, but for us in design, like, we can come up with some creative solutions if we find reason that this is very effective to players. Something we can talk about, but I see the reload status being a higher priority thing to look at versus the spotting of teammates.
A question here from the Foul. In co-op, can the bots not cap when your team is leading? I've seen matches lately where the bots go and cap when my team has more tanks remaining than an enemy bot team. Maybe it's reflective of actual plays, but it's a little bit of annoyance when the bots are capping right when your team is guaranteed basically victory here.
Hey, the bots are trying to be positive contributors to the team. We should add a feature where you can, like, send them a message like, why are you capping the base? Get out of the base. Get the kills. Here's what I'll say to that. I will follow up with our AI engineer, see if there's something that we can kind of look into on that front. Our AI and bots have come a very long way from where they used to be. And our AI engineer every day has new improvements kind of coming up. So that is certainly something I'll run by him, and we'll see what we can do.
We have a user in chat here proclaim that they're a bot and that they don't cap. Smiley face.
I classify as a bot.
Do you cap, Mr. Bam?
It's situational.
Yeah. Next question here from Nidorak, and they're asking, first up, just wanted to say that this upcoming season looks great. Thank you. And thank you for adding the Hangar Garage back as an option. A question related to the Hangar Garage, come holiday times, will the Hangar Garage remain plain, or will it be decorated like the standard garage of now?
Tell you what, a little bit too early to start talking about what we're doing for upcoming holiday events. So nothing I'll answer on that right now. Something that came to mind, though, I wanted to address about, the thank you and bringing back the Hangar Garage. I'm curious if anyone in chat, I know to some, this might seem like a very cool and new feature. But for a lot of other players, this is a returning feature. But very curious, is there anyone out there that decided to go back to the outdoor garage? Is that something that you might have preferred and just kind of like that more outdoor feel and enjoy the commanders at the campfire? Would be curious on the player response. Like I said before, we brought back the old Hangar Garage because this was a very favored thing. As a matter of fact, like months ago, I've seen it in the chat, and I think even a question came up in the Q&As, people requesting bringing the old hangar back and maybe have some sort of garage swap. We had to stay tight-lipped on stream here because we were actively working on things. And I'm over here also thinking, like, who's tapped into my emails?
Oh, I'm telling you, someone's reading the emails over there. It's been going on for a little bit. Let's see. Next set of questions that we got here from King Blanters. They're asking, how long is a Cold War Western Alliance tech tree discount lasting for?
During the Hellfire Pass sales event, which will be going until February 28th.
Excellent. Next question here from Vader16. It was stated during your stream last week that season points were going to go back to what they were originally. How come this hasn't happened?
Well, we did change the points back to the normal 8-week season values. The 3-season weekly challenges are now worth 5 points instead of 3. As well, the repeatable XP challenge is back to every 4,000 XP instead of the earned 4,500 XP.
Strider 5599 is asking, any chance of fantasy tanks for mercenary lines?
No plans to speak of at this time for any sort of traditional tech tree line or mercenary vehicles, as the mercenary vehicles are all strictly contract based. This is unique to the Nation of Vehicles, but we do plan on potentially bringing some more Merc vehicles into the future. So stay tuned.
Speaking of the future, we have Cyber Future 2077 asking,
good segue.
Will we ever see the Panzer Haubitz 2000 in WoT console?
Oh boy. Well, this one might be controversial. So this tank in particular is a more modern artillery vehicle. And right now we don't have any sort of artillery in Cold War. So this is kind of asking the player base, do we want artillery coming to Cold War? I have a feeling I already know the answer here. So quite honestly, sorry, probably not going to happen.
Next question from Giordini. They're asking, Wargaming, when is our next equipment sale?
So we have requested to have one added to the planning. No dates to speak of or announce at this time.
Excellent. Equipment sales are always great. Next question from Bloody War Llama. Can we get a Forest Garage, or the Forest Garage, as an option, as it was one of my favorite ones?
The Forest Garage. It's funny, we call it the Jungle Garage or the Mercenary Garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another old garage that we used to have during our World of Tanks Mercenary release. Thank you for the suggestion. We'll definitely keep it in mind. We are doing some work and planning, and that is certainly a garage that's related, but we can't share any details at this time. But thank you again.
Dart Swinger 73 asking, with most nations, Germany, France, Soviet Union having super heavy tanks, when will the super heavy tank be coming for the USA?
Well, the U.S., we're not aware of any super heavy tanks that were actually developed for the U.S., so we might be leaning more into like a mercenary opportunity here, a made-up like tank. So nothing to really say of, we're not actively working on something right now, nothing in the plans. So sorry, nothing that I can really state at this time.
Question from Max Miner Tanker. Can you try the Cold War Paris matchmaking again now that there are more players with the new season?
Well, I mean, the good news is our server engineer is working on adjustments to try another matchmaking test in Cold War. Just keep your ears out. We'll definitely have some notes and updates when we are ready to deploy and test it. Stay tuned.
Karnov is asking, will there be more battle events like this in the future?
Give us some feedback. Let us know how we're doing. If this is an event that you enjoy and want to see more things like Tankz0rz Pass, the Battle of Tankz0rz Pass, we are open to feedback and will certainly consider more things like this in the future.
Aeronator 1 is asking, can we make it possible to remove camos like the Mia or Arnie camo from our tanks and put it on other tanks? So basically switching them around.
Apologies, no plans at this time that will allow that.
Gunny 531, what happened to the 3D Japanese commanders that we showed last week?
Oh, so the specific commanders, Shigeru Tezuka and Manami Shimamura, these are commander skins. So these are already existing 3D commanders that you can find in the game right now. And they have customization options. The skins are called geared up for both.
Excellent. Yehuda Goldberg's asking, when will the Chieftain 120 skin be back in the store?
Be back a skin. We didn't actually have a skin for the Chieftain Hybrid 120, so I'm not sure if there's some confusion, or maybe you're asking just about the Chieftain itself.
Loaded Psycho is asking, how long after we earn the points for Swamp will it take for the actual map to return?
As soon as possible, once the goal is reached.
Fal the Warlock is asking, has there been any talk about adding more Italian premium tanks or 3D commanders in the future? The Italian line needs a little bit of love.
We need some Italian love here. Yes, we've actually noted from a player request for the Italian tank destroyer lines, and they will be coming very soon at some point that you can look forward to.
SWFC Ricardo is asking, Lawgiver contract soon, TM?
Soon, TM. Yes. And in fact, later this month.
Ooh, exciting. Martin M., when will the next vote for 3D skins? When is the next vote for 3D skins?
Good question. That's something we can talk with the other teams and see if this is something we can organize and push to the players for voting. Yeah, nothing that I'm aware of right now. We just got to start that conversation, I suppose.
Marcini's asking, any consideration for increase in alpha damage for the low?
Nothing currently on the plans. I will look into running this by our tank designers and see if that's something that they warrant worth improving.
Midway Rook is asking, are there any plans to buff the Type 92?
Well, we did just do a large balance pass of multiple Cold War vehicles, and we do plan on doing another pass next season. Just not quite as large, so that one might be falling into that bracket.
Palmer is asking, are there going to be Era 4 tanks in the future?
So we only cover Cold War, which just takes us up to Era 3. Era 4, we would now be getting ourselves into the modern era vehicles, which is not something we plan to take on at this time. We have a lot of vehicles to add to the Cold War mode first before we even think about going further into the future.
Kappa is asking, can we expect any graphical updates and server tune-ups for visual effects and gameplay in the future?
We aren't actively talking about adding any new visual effects, at least at this time. As a lot of players know, when we did a big overhaul to allow for 4K support on the next gen consoles, we also did a lot of overhaul on the visuals and how we handle our maps. And so we've been slowly trying to roll in a lot of old maps back into the game that are graphically updated. So that's still an ongoing process. But in terms of an overall systemic visual pass to the game itself or a server tune-up, nothing currently in the plan.
Jerome is asking, could we get an option to increase the size of the minimap in the future?
Oh, interesting. I know this is a WoT PC feature that they have. This falling on the UI and HUD end of development and features, it's always very difficult to get the bandwidth to do some quality of life features as something like this, when there's a lot of bigger things that we need UI prioritization on. It's not a bad idea. It is something we can think about, but I will stress not something that will come anytime in the near future.
Next question here from Plum73. We have, is a chance for the event to earn premium mercenary tanks before the holidays?
Well, we don't know what all the events or earn-ups will be happening quite this year. We're still kind of planning a lot of the later half of the year events at this time. So maybe, but we'll just have to wait and see. Too early to tell.
Next question here from No Face. They're asking, will Hellfire Pass come back in the old version?
Okay. No, good question. because actually we didn't really cover this one. Yes, with the Valiant, the launch of the Valiant season, we did choose to remove Hellfire Pass from World War II map rotation. Truth of the matter is, and I will fully understand that some players are going to miss this map. It's it was new. I think we launched it in before the Awakened season, I think, is when it debuted, and that was a previous community map. After some months of collecting data, and this being one of our largest maps, well, the largest map in the game, we looked at how a lot of matches were going into timeout periods, and it's also difficult for players that really appreciate playing as super heavies. But in a map that scale, as a super heavy, you will be spending a lot of time trying to catch up to the conflict zone where all the players are battling. Even by the time you get there, the battle may have shifted to a different area of the map. And this is very frustrating to players. And we really understand and respect that we have to make the gameplay very focused and adaptable for all classes to the best of our capability. So yes, we did remove Hellfire Pass because it was simply too large, very much like how we did with all the other Cold War maps. It is still available in Cold War, of course. Now, to answer your question, can we go back and bring in the old version of the map that was scaled down? I am having some conversations with our level design team to see if this is something that we can think about bringing into the future. So no hard dates or no commitments that I can say right now, but I do stress and understand that this map will be missed in World War II. So we are actively looking into solutions on how we can bring it back to World War II in the future. We'll try to, as always, we'll try to provide that transparency and updates when we have something to announce, if and when it does come back.
Excellent.
So good question. Thank you.
Next question here from Martin. They're asking, is there going to be an unskinned version of Tier 9 Cobra T54?
No, unfortunately, this tank was actually based on the T54E2 Tier 8 vehicle. The changes we made were specific to the Cobra T54, just to make it more stand-outish and different from the tank it was previously based on.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see.
Hey, I want to address a question that I saw come up in the chat. I think they're talking about Hellfire Pass, Rock, Colorado. I provided an example for how a single class type, it was inconvenience, but it's not the case for many other players and gameplay types. Map balance actually also proved that this was wildly off for any sort of balance. So there was many contributors and reasoning for why we needed to remove the map itself. I will also stress that this was also from player feedback. Maybe not a majority, but we're certainly seeing that a lot of players didn't like Hellfire Pass belonging in World War II. So, and this has been an ongoing conversation since after we released the map in the Awakened season. So this has been kind of an ongoing thing, monitoring the data, and we finally made the decision that, okay, let's pull it for now, and let's look about how we can better address and bring it back into the future. So appreciate the feedback.
Mr. Bam, I don't think we, I don't remember if we started another giveaway here.
Oh, okay. Okay, how quickly, you're right. I apologize. We should have caught on to that. We do have an opportunity for one more lucky winner for a chance to get another Ultimate Season Pass.
Yeah, definitely. Let me go ahead and copy that link again in case anybody needs it. But I already have a bunch of names of people in,
We got a lot of pending winners.
We have a lot of pending winners, so we could easily just go and pick out a new lucky winner here. I was looking at our page here, and I realized that we didn't have anyone pending to download here, so.
Pending downloads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I want to address another map-related question here. A Loaded Psycho. Bring back Mountain Pass for Tier 10 and bring back Abbey up to Tier 8s. So this is along the same lines, trying to find the right balance of what players want, because people have varying opinions, and it's impossible to please everybody, right? We can certainly bring maps back into tier 10, bring Abby back up as well. But again, we will see the opposite reaction and opposite feedback when we do apply these sort of things. We can certainly try that out. And maybe for like small like week-long events, we can bring a map back into higher rotation. Like even mines. I actually always enjoyed mines being in tier 10.
I was about to say the same thing.
And I see it from the players as well. Like they miss seeing mines in tier 10, but it doesn't always lend to the best gameplay experience or a fun and rewarding gameplay experience. But there is opportunity. I think having a little bit more flexibility, having it in there for a time, get players excited and be able to see it again. I see merit in trying to apply that again.
I love that magic rock on the western side there. You know the rock I'm talking about.
The magic rock.
Yeah, you just go up to it and try and hold it. At least I always did.
Are you talking about by the lighthouse?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Is it giveaway time, Mr. Bam?
I think we're ready to roll here. Yes.
All right, choosing a winner. And our winner is... Are you ready?
I'm ready. I hope they're ready.
Brother John, 2190. Congratulations, Brother John. You are the lucky winner of our Ultimate Season Pass. So there you have it.
Congratulations. Fantastic, everybody.
All right.
I'm glad you caught that, because it would not have been great to sign off and be like, oh shoot, there could have been one more winner for a season pass.
We would have had KB or someone do a Twitter giveaway.
Sure.
We can't hold these lucky or awesome prizes from our players. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming out, hanging out with us today, and talking about tanks. And for those that are on Twitch, hang on and we'll go rate one of our community contributors. For everyone else, thank you very much, and keep on tanking, and we'll see you in the battlefield.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
The eyes of the world lay upon you. Your enemies will not stand down. They're equally equipped, skilled, and fearless. But rest assured, we will stop at nothing until we achieve full victory. Our valiant effort will win the day. In their souls and a fire in their hearts, united as one through tremendous valor. They are courageous. They are strong. They are valiant.